You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Today, we have an NFC fighting storm between the Washington Commanders and the Los Angeles Rams. And his punter, Ethan Evans, going to send this one away. And here we go from L.A. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Throw is there. Trey McBride. And he's all the way across midfield down inside that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Here we go.
Play action now with Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
He's going deep this time. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders take a 6-0 lead right away.
It's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Speed kills. And gosh, I love that, Kate. Right from the jump, you don't wait to get your playmaker started. Get him the ball early and put a fear of God into this defense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Blake Corum now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. Rams ready for this one. Here's 1st and 10.
Maverick, 180.
Goff taking it right to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Not must-have yet, Brock, but it does feel pretty important that they come up with an answer for that touchdown, but not going to be easy.
Nope, and incompletions like that certainly won't help.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, gone. Caught into the hands of the rookie from Arizona State. He's taken down, but not before he gets this one to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
At the 41-yard line.
So 1st down from the 41. The first carry now for Kyron Williams. Gets some space around midfield. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be good for an L.A. first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Just a yard left to go on second down. Give to Williams from the gun. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, I know the temptation is there. If I'm thinking it in the booth, I know that play caller is too. That could have been a chance to be aggressive. Not the case. Go get the first down like they did, and a new set of downs to work with.
To the air on first down. Here's Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Rams have the first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, a carry by Williams. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. That's a nice quick correction for this front block. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
All right, a couple yards to make up, Brock. Time to rediscover the magic on this drive. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun snap here to go. Brought in right side. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Play number 9 of the drive. It's going to be 3rd and 5 to go. Goff working from the pistol. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Okay, already a big decision to make on your opening drive, Brock. Is this 4-down territory, or do you take the field goal and be happy to start off with some points?
Well, remember, Kate, and I think we're going to see this all year long. This new kickoff rule is real. You know, that ball now coming out to the 35-yard line, it affects the data and the decision-making. You're going to see more and more teams be aggressive. They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Back to 60.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss, just like that.
They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
No progress on first down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
He's got Jalen Lane. And they've got to him just a step or two before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
So 1st down from the 41.
Tag! Deputy Lions! 19 Lions! Go!
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down to put an end to this opening quarter. We've reached the end of the 1st quarter. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete to Lane. And he's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
This one set up for Daniels. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. He is quickly making a habit out of wrecking plays, Brock, and it doesn't seem to matter what type of play that is.
It's what the best of them do. We talk about just the versatility of offensive players being dual threats. This guy's a dual threat against the pass, and that time stuck in the run.
Has it at the back of the end zone, but the throw carries him out of bounds. It's incomplete.
Well, I think the defense coaches and coverage, breathing a sigh of relief. There was space right there. If that throw came 1 second earlier, that was going to be 6.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Third and long for him here. He's got McBride complete. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
You know, we love to talk about corners, those corners that both love to tackle and cover. It's kind of the same thing with these defensive ends. Most of them love sacks. They love rushing the quarterback. But those that run down a toss play like that, they separate themselves from others.
Second and goal coming up from the 7.
Stephanie! Viking 18!
He gets it again. And this time he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders now lead by 10. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. On the return, it's Rondale Moore. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. From the gun, Goff. Escapes the pocket. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And all the way back it goes. It's a Washington pick 6. He not only broke on it to make the pick, Brock, but he was on the move real quick. Knowing short field, there's a great chance that he could take that one back for a touchdown.
That's exactly right. In this area of the field, an offense really only gets a second or two to react to that pick and get over and cut off his lanes. And if you don't, well, it's 6 the other way.
For the Commanders.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Moore with a return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
L.A. bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Goff trying again here after the pick. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
It's fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Another try from the 25. It's 2nd and 10. Goff to the air now. That's on target. Puka Nacua. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. Getting 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line. Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
180.
Goff setting the throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll get this up to his own 44. Former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
3rd down, line to gain 9 yards out.
Here we go.
He'll air it out on 3rd. Catch made right side by Nacua. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. Gain of 9 yards on the play. And that's going to be good for an L.A. 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kyron Williams. A gain of 5 brings up
So 2nd and 5 on deck as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More football from SoFi in just a moment. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
We go tonight. Black 20.
Throwing again. Here's Goff. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. From the gun, a carry by Corum. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
180.
1st down throw from Goff. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
20.
Here's Goff. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15.
That's another.
It's a gain of 12 on that one. And the Rams have the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard
Guys, I really like this
line.
receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
From the red zone on 1st. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Now gone. And he will have the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams chop some of the lead off before the half. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Rams make it an 11-point ball game.
Commanders 41, Rams 10.
Here's Evans set to kick this away. And not liking what it looked like ahead of him there, Brock. So he's going to take a knee, and this is going to come out to the 35-yard line.
35-yard line.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. First and 10.
Go! Tap the 60, tap the 60. Ready?
To throw, Daniels. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Daniels throwing on third. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Washington.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
On the ready. Get it. 70 Timberwolf.
Daniels is going to throw again. Got his target. That's Lane. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Pulls it at the 7. And the stop is made as they get themselves into first and goal. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. They're going to mark this as a 24-yarder. Slide's kick is up and good. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Corum now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's first and 10. Goff back to throw. completes it in traffic. They drop it with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the game, but boy, Brock, what a shot.
32-yard line.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. Gone. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he gets him the first, partner, but they are already acting like this one's not going to stand. Let's listen. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no. It's got to come back. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Out of the shotgun. Gone. Has him on the quick hitter. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
180! 2 for 1! 2 for 1!
Shotgun snap here to go. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They go play action with Goff. Big strike here to Moore. And he's going to be down within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. A 28-yard pickup there. And that's going to be good for an LA first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
On first down, it's gone. That's caught by Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Throwing again, it's gone. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
And 2.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
180!
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he couldn't get much there, but what he did get was absolutely crucial. That makes it 1st and goal.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Goff working from the pistol. Has some room to work. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
You get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
On 2nd down, we're running with Williams. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
They stay on the ground with Williams. With each carry he gets, Brock, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be the last touch that he gets in this game? Because it hasn't been a great performance for him.
No, individually, collectively, and you can look up front, right? They've just not been winning the battle enough push, enough drive to get this running game going.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. On 4th down, Goff. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. The Rams cut into the lead coming out of time. Setting up to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams chuck the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Rams 17.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out. So they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this run.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
And 5.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5.
Ready? 60 by 60.
Out of the gun, Daniels. Throw left side, complete. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
Ready?
Daniels on first down. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes.
Kid, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the net's the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready?
From the gun, it's Daniels. Completed to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of
6-yard gain on the play. And that's going to give the Commanders a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
We've set it downs from 37.
Come on.
Play fake here, Daniels. He rolls to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Here we go. Set. 19-18.
To throw again on 2nd down. Daniels. Dump off caught by his back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Commanders who hold the lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry this through the end. Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive.
Let's go now. Go.
Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 11 there. That picks up the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. From the red zone on 1st. And this is going to call incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. Now got to regroup for 2nd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. It'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
On 2nd and 10 now, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
And I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Looking, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
A loss of 4 yards.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Looking to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defensive down away from completing this stand. It's 4th and goal.
It's 4th down and goal.
Sly's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Corum now on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Goff. He throws a bullet to the center of the... That's complete inside the 35. Well, either way, that was going to be a big gain, Brock. But of course they're going to credit their quarterback, right? Take the completion over that penalty.
Yep, had those stats. You know, you run that route, Kate, to try and stretch out a defense, maybe even draw that kind of penalty. But put a gold star by his effort. Not only did he do that, he made the play as well.
Finds him over the middle. Nothing to speak of after that catch as the completion gets him down to the 21.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
10 at the 21-yard line.
Goff to the air now. McCool's got it again. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Second down now. They need 7.
We go tonight. Motion.
Throwing again. Here's Goff. Forced out to his right. Finds a man right side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Rams down by 10. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Listen. Wait, 20. Start.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times you see the backs out of the backfield and just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Went in the wrong direction the last play. Need to get forward 3 yards here on 2nd and goal. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready, set.
Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready. 19, Tiger. 19, Tiger. 60 Eagle.
They're going to pass it here. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. He got 2nd down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary is without looking. This receiver's not quite at that level yet. He lost track of where he was, and he brought it in, but out of bounds.
Ready.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Taking a shot deep here. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Moving one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
He's back to throw. It's caught by McLaurin. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Okay,
1st and 10 now from the 46.
70 Timberwolves. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Hot 70. Hot 70.
He'll look to throw it. Rolling left, buying some time. Daniels hit, he lost the football. It's scooped up by the Rams. And the defense has come through. They're in the end zone, and that gives them the lead.
Well, this winds up holding as your game winner, and I almost hope it does. I don't know if I should say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. But I just love what it illustrates, the want-to from this defense to go and finish. Anytime, anywhere, anyone. You don't know when that big play's coming. You got to deliver, and they just did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Rams take a 4-point lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. From his own end zone, here we go. Poor choice this time to bring it out. So they contain him before he even reaches the 20.
At their own 16-yard line.
Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Tag. Cowboy.
Here he is to throw. Couldn't find a completion on 1st down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Setting up to pass. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
To throw. On the move, headed right. And the incompletions continue in the sack up here, Brock. 3 straight plays as the defender knocks it away. Now it's 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
All right, down by 4. They got to have this one on 4th down.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Desperation time here. Good strike downfield to Lane. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal. Offense to the line for 1st down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Rams make the play that should win them this game.
Daniels pass. Intercepted. The Rams take over.
Into the victory formation they go, Brock, here on 1st down. Line up the design keeper. So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And they continue playing their best ball of the season over this recent stretch as they pick up a 6th consecutive victory. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA